It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this Friday, the 23rd day of June, 2023, coming to you from a drying out Bedford County, Central Virginia area. Had some more rain yesterday and through the night last night a little bit, but it looks like we're finally past it. And hopefully things will start to get dried out a little bit. It's going to be a little warmer today. By tomorrow, it's going to be hot again. So maybe we'll get in the pool this weekend. All right. Some news stories today. The main story or the lead story is the Carnival Pizza Lawsuit. Icon of the Seas aces her sea trials. Updates on Bret and Cindy. Costa announces National Geographic Excursions and much more live here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, folks, and it's absolutely it's a coincidence. That's what it is. It's a pure coincidental. Today is National Detroit Style Pizza Day. It has absolutely nothing to do with the main news story this morning. Not at all. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Detroit style pizza. You know, it's a deep dish. It's kind of like the Chicago pizza, only it has two different kinds of cheeses, and neither one are mozzarella. Detroit is, what is it, with like Wisconsin cheddar and Gouda on the pizza. And it's a deep dish, thick pizza, thick crust pizza. I mean, I like it. Of course, I like all pizza. But anyway, today is National Detroit Style Pizza Day. And unfortunately, there's no place in Forest or Lynchburg to get Detroit style pizza. So I can't partake in that today. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. All the big guys, just search for travel and cruise industry news, and voila, up pops the fat travel guy. Anytime you're listening to the podcast and want to jump over to the video feed, there's always a link in the description so you can do just that. So, a couple of announcements this morning. I've been so busy, I actually didn't get some of my normal setup done as far as pictures and clips and so forth from you guys traveling. I'll catch up either over the weekend or Monday. But tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, is going to be the meetup for my December 2nd Norwegian escape cruise. That I think I'll know for sure, but I think it is now closed. We sold out all of the available balconies. We had some insides left last night, but the whole deal was supposed to close today. Of course, we're going to try to get more cabins as we go along. We'll let you know if that happens. At 7 o'clock tonight, a different channel. So you'll have to go out and come back in to a different link if you want to do both. But at 7 o'clock tonight is my meetup for the Sapphire Princess August 30th Alaska cruise. I'm hoping Nate will be there. He does have a conflicting conference call, but I'm hoping Nate will be there in case any of the group have questions about excursions. But this is the first meetup of the Alaska cruise folks It'll be broadcast on our group page. I did get that set up last night. And of course, on my YouTube channel. And we've invited anybody that's on that cruise, not necessarily in our group. We have a very small group for that cruise. But anybody else that would, this way we can get to know each other a little bit ahead of time, go over my schedule. Some of those other folks might have suggestions we might do as a group. Some of them already are talking about making dinner reservations and the like, which is terrific. That's something we're going to talk about on both shows tonight. So that's you'll be ready for that one. So anyway, a busy evening. Got two shows back to back as meetups on my two hosted upcoming cruises. So if you have not done so, please pound that like button. That'll help us out immensely. If you have not subscribed to the channel, really appreciate it if you do that. Doesn't cost you anything. If you hit the bell notification, you'll be notified when I go live or when I post a new video, of which I do a lot anymore, it seems like. So, and I still haven't come anywhere near catching up with all the things I've got to post. So, what can I say? So anyway, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. That'll help us out a bunch. All right, the top story today has to do with our friends at Carnival, particularly the Carnival Celebration. And this is the big pizza caper, lawsuit caper, whatever you want to call it. Carnival Cruise Line is being sued by a popular pizza restaurant in Miami and is subsequently countersuing to invalidate the restaurant's claim. The lawsuit is all over the naming rights for Miami Slice and how it applies to the restaurant versus Carnival Celebration and the pizzeria in the 820 Biscayne neighborhood, also named Miami Slice. A Carnival Cruise Line unveiled its 820 Biscayne neighborhood aboard Carnival Celebration in March of 2022, months before the ship debuted. The Miami-themed zone, located on Deck 8, includes the ship's pizzeria, named Miami Slice, to keep with the theme and offering the typical Carnival pizza offerings. Part of the real-life neighborhood, however, doesn't quite love Carnival Cruise Line in return. The artisanal pizzeria Miami Slice, located just 2.5 miles from the cruise terminal in Port Miami, has sued Carnival for trademark infringement, claiming the cruise line has intentionally trampled the restaurant's hard-won reputation by usurping the name. The suit was filed in April 2023 and also claims that the similarity in naming, presentation, lettering, and menu offerings will be damaging to the restaurant by becoming confusingly associated with cruise line food. I find that a little insulting myself. However, I just don't agree with this whole concept, folks. I hate to tell you that. Carnival Cruise Line has now filed a counterclaim alleging that Miami is a style of pizza, and as such, the generic term makes the restaurant's name a trademark registration invalid. According to the South Florida Sun Centennial, Carnival claims that Miami-style pizza features a Cuban flavor profile with a thicker crust, thin sauce, and both mozzarella and Gouda cheese. While copyright infringement lawsuits rarely target vastly different businesses that could possibly be confused with one another, the fact that both are that both the Miami restaurant and the Carnival Celebration eatery are pizza restaurants could lead to some misconceptions about whether or not they are in fact affiliated. I'm sorry, does it matter? Maybe I shouldn't be prejudging that, but the restaurant, the Miami Slice, was founded in 2019. I'm sorry, but I can't see that the folks from Carnival were out pounding the pavement looking for a pizza restaurant to copy. The whole theme of the Carnival Celebration is Miami. Duh. And notwithstanding, maybe the people with the restaurant should consider the bazillions of dollars in trade advertising they're getting from Carnival. If I had been on Carnival Celebration, which I haven't, so I have not actually eaten the pizza from the pizza slice or Miami Slice. But if I had been on Celebration, as thousands of people have that have gone back to Miami, and it was good pizza, or even if it wasn't good pizza, and I saw Miami Slice in downtown Miami, I think, oh, yeah, let's go try that. I don't know. Anyway, the pizza lawsuit. Yeah, well, I just don't go along with that type of lawsuit. That doesn't do much for me. All right, guys, summer is here. It's officially, we're into the first couple days of summer. Get outside and enjoy the sunshine with a new foldable or lightweight mobility device, which you can get from Scootaround or Will Power Chairs. Save 8% on select scooters and power chairs from now until June the 30th. Use code SUMMER23 and get 8% off on all foldable scooters and electric wheelchairs. You can shop online or call 1-844-664-7467. Use SUMMER23 for the promo code, and you can use SRN 11137. So the channel here gets a little credit for it. So Scootaround and Will Power Chair, my buddies. That reminds me, I have not, my Alaska cruise is coming up. I have my scooter for the first one. I've got to give them my list now for the second one and the rest of my fall cruises. Do that today, Chillie, while you're thinking about it. Yeah, I can see me remembering that. Okay. The next news story, guys. Royal Caribbean International's newest cruise ship, Icon of the Seas, which is under construction at Meyer Turku Shipyard in Finland, has achieved another milestone. Yesterday, the Icon class cruise ship returned successfully from its first set of sea trials. Sea trials are an indispensable part of shipbuilding. They were originally scheduled to start on June the 16th, but were delayed due to challenging wind conditions. The ship departed for her trials a few days later on the 19th, with engineers testing the ship's system. The tests involve evaluating speed, maneuverability, safety systems, propulsion, seaworthiness, and navigational systems. Even noise and vibration levels were thoroughly checked. Now, Icon of the Seas has completed that set of trials. She's back at Meyer Turku for final adjustments and completing the outfitting that started after the ship floated out on January the 23rd. Icon of the Sea's maiden voyage has been confirmed for January of 2024, departing from Port Miami. Why is it taking so long? Well, there's a lot of work yet to be done. I mean, all the cabins, all the walls and the electricity run throughout all the ship and to the cabins, all that kind of stuff. The restaurants, all that stuff's not done yet. I mean, you got the ship, yeah, you got the motor in the boat, you got all the systems there, but now you got to make it into a cruise ship. So, and it's going to take, another 6 months or so to get that done. 8 months. So anyway, when she starts sailing, her first sail's Eastern Caribbean, going to St. Kitts, St. Thomas, and perfect day at Coco Cay. All right, I'll be back with a couple more news stories. Not a whole lot, but a couple more after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. All right, we got to look at weather, folks. Unfortunately, Bret's trailing rain bands continue to produce gusty winds and rough seas and heavy rains over portions of the Windward Island. At the last check, it was located about 115 miles west of St. Vincent, about 420 miles east of Curacao. Minimum sustained winds have dropped back down to 60. Kind of dodged a bullet with this one. It's currently moving west at 18 miles an hour. The pressure has come back up to 1,001 millibars. The center of Bret will continue moving westward away from the Windward Islands and across the eastern and central Caribbean Sea during the next couple of days. Weakening is forecast, and Bret is expected to dissipate over the central Caribbean Sea by tomorrow night or Sunday. We dodged a bullet, folks. We really did. And it's actually going into warmer water, but it's the wind shear is it looks like it's going to take it down. So good news on that one. Now, Cindy probably is not going to make it to hurricane status, but she might. Tropical storm Cindy is gradually strengthening. At the last check, it was 900 miles east of the Lesser Antilles. Maximum sustained winds are up to 45. Currently moving 15 miles an hour to the west-northwest. Pressure is still reasonably high at 1,005. The system expected to remain well east and northeast of the northern leewards through early next week. And this, guys, is kind of taken a route similar, more of a traditional route, in that it's going to go, up, possibly even east of the Bahamas, and then just go into Never Never Land in the Atlantic. It's what it looks like this is going to do now. So as much as we want to give Cindy hell about having a storm named after her, it's probably not going to be too terribly damaging. So, all right, in the final news story today, I told you it was a light day, folks. Costa Cruises has announced that it will provide National Geographic day tours this summer as part of its Mediterranean, Canary Islands, and Madeira cruises. The shore-based tours, available from June 2023, have been carefully crafted to offer guests a responsible and immersive way to experience the local cultures of the destinations they visit. The tours will be led by local guides who have received National Geographic training. Among the tours, 3 will take place in the Canary Islands. They will offer experiences such as volcanic wine tasting. I would like some explanation of volcanic wine tasting, actually. Do you taste the wine in a volcano? Do you pour a volcanic ash in your wine glass? I don't know. Was the wine made in a volcano? Anyway, I have some questions about that one. The wine tasting will be in La Guerrilla, where guests can learn about the unique cultivation methods developed by local farmers after volcanic eruptions. Other activities include hiking in Gran Canaria and engaging with locals to explore cultural traditions and sample local cuisine in Tenualto and Tenerife. In Italy, guests will have the opportunity to visit Mount Riccio in Rome, a beach forest protected by UNESCO, or learn about the conservation of sea turtles at Turtle Point in Portici in Naples. Naples. Not sure how you pronounce Naples properly. Naples. There we go. Naples would probably be my best guess at proper pronunciation. Naples. I don't know. Dennis, I'm sure, will correct me if he's here. 2 tours will be hosted in Greece, allowing guests to enjoy traditional food and island life with a local family in Mykonos, as well as learn about Blue Topus, a family-run business in Rhodes that promotes the preservation of natural marine environment and encourages young scientists to remain on the island. There are a number of other tours in Ibiza and Dubrovnik, a number of other places where you can check into just some neat, and anything National Geographic does is going to be good. You can almost count on it. So something else for you to consider and an option on cruises that you might be on in that part of the world. So have no idea what they cost. So I'm not actually promoting them. I'm just providing some information in case you might be interested. All right, that wraps up the news portion. Let's go see who's fussing at me in the chat room. By the way, there's a link at the top of the chat room for both the shows. By 6 o'clock tonight on Norwegian Escape, for all the folks that are on that or just want to learn something about hosted cruises. And the 7 o'clock on the Sapphire Princess. And there will be a small group from the hosted group. And I hope to attract a lot of other people that have joined in on our page, whether they're solos, a double occupancy, suites, it doesn't matter. And we'll get together and come up with some ideas that we might do collectively on the cruise. So anyway, the links for both shows are up in the top of the comments. The Sapphire Princess is on my community tab on the YouTube channel. Hot Air Tom is with us. Hot Air Tom sent me some pictures I did not get to today. I will catch you up on those on Monday. Steve is here. Hey, Steve. Joanne is with us. Mama Shield's birthday today. Robust at 85. Awesome. God bless her. That's great. I would love to see 85. Probably, I've got a good chance of it. My mother was in her 90s. My sister is almost 85 now. So, yeah, I hope to get there. And less than 10 years now. Hot Air says, I just got back from a great Viator tour of Stockholm, Swedish meatballs, mashed taters, Regan berries, Regan berries. Included lunch with the tour, very tasty. Visited the Vasa Musea. Sweet. Hot Air Tom. Plus 2 royal palaces. Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. Some of you may or may not know that due to a lot of reasons, some personal and some collectively, that we did pull the plug on the Cruise Amigos yesterday. It was our last show. John and I talked about it quite a bit and decided that, we weren't doing as well as we did when that thing first started. Cruise Amigos, if some of you don't remember or weren't around me in those days, Pete and I actually started it and then brought John in during the pandemic when everybody was locked down. And here you had 3 nutcases that started entertaining folks and talking about cruising. And that's how the Cruise Amigos started. And during the lockdown years or months, it was great. And everybody, we had a huge audience. Pete left along the way during some of my medical stuff. I left and came back. And then we brought Martin in. But basically, John and I have been pretty much with it all along. And it's just once we started getting back to cruising, then I got back to cruising. John started his new business. And it's just been that, life has kind of gotten in the way of it. John and I will probably continue to do something along the line. But we just decided that the Cruise Amigos had come to an end. So the Hot Air said then it opened up and rained, but a nice rainbow. Very good. Robert's with us. Good morning, Robert. Robert popped in right at the end of the Cruise Amigos yesterday. Rondacita. Good morning, all. Good morning to you. Buenos dias, Chile and the gang. Finally got some rain last night, and our temperature dropped down to a very chilly 88. My goodness, get your fur-lined bikini out. But the heat index still shows it's 102 this morning. Wow. Yeah. Rain doesn't necessarily help with heat, because it shoots the humidity up higher. Emily's with us. Good heavens. Where the hell are you, Emily? Hello. Very good. Late evening from the Philippines. You have made it to the Philippines. That's awesome. The last I saw you were in Hong Kong. I saw a picture that you were someplace over there. You hadn't gotten to the Philippines. Not Hong Kong. Anyway, wherever you were. Funny coinky dink. 6 people on tour. Me and Hillary plus 2 from our dawn cruise. And I sat with them at lunch on my last port excursion. Other 2 were from the Regent 7 Seas ship. I've been following a lot of things that Regent 7 Seas does. I've realized that they're a premium cruise line. But, they do some pretty good things. They do, solo supplements. Yeah, I got to probably start looking at them a little harder. Dennis is with us. IKEA's Midsummer Buffet is this evening. Dennis says, hello to M. Sonny wants to know, how is it there, Emily? Hot, Emily says. Too stiff to go out, laugh out loud. We will be leaving hotel at 5 a.m. to walk to Metro. Blaine's with us. Hi, Blaine. Miami Slice on Carnival Celebration may have been the best pizza we ever had. You know, I've heard that, Blaine. That's why I probably am leaning against the company suing them, because I've heard that pizza's really good. So it can't be hurting them. Maybe they ought to just sit back and be happy to be getting that much advertising for their name. Yeah. I don't know. Emily says we went to a huge shopping with a mall in it, and I had some money exchanged today. We drove around a bit and came back and had beef stew for dinner. Carnival headquarters is in Miami. It's very likely that they copied it and thought they could get away with it. I say it's no coincidence. I don't know. I just can't see them going out saying, oh yeah, here's a pizza joint. Let's copy it on our ship. It just doesn't. I guess they could do something like that, but I don't see it that way. Anyway, I think the people in the restaurant, man, they're getting a lot of good advertising from it. Sonny says, happy birthday to your mom, Joanne. Why are they waiting this long before they make a stink of it, Dennis? Yeah, that's true. Dennis says, I don't know. Hot Air says, call it Carnival Slice and forget the thing. What matters is if Carnival serves a decent pizza. Yeah, absolutely. One of these days I'll get on the Celebration just so I can do a pizza review. I do enjoy doing my pizza reviews. Specific to each cruise, such as a Celebration slice. Yeah, I can do that. Joanne says, hit the like button. Thank you, Joanne. Blaine gets a thumbs up from Dennis. Absolutely, and they do that for sure, Dennis. Emily says, hello, RCT. Kenneth is with us. Hi, Kenneth. Up in Pennsylvania. Nikki's here from Jacksonville. Got a nice audience here today. Joanne says, thanks. Napoli. Napoli? Napoli. That's Naples. The Americans say Naples, and it's Napoli. Okay. I'll buy that one. I didn't think of Napoli. I knew Napoli too. Emily says, hello, Nikki from the Philippines. Napoli. Practice your vowels. Oh. Napoli. Napoli. At least I don't have anything to roll on that one. I struggle with the tongue rolling. Hey, Tom, when do you get back home? Sunday, I think. Beautiful picture last night at midnight. Was up again at 3 a.m. and it was lighter. Longest day yesterday, holiday today and tomorrow, celebrating the event. It's quite late here. Have my two young cousins here. Flight departs Saturday at 9:10 a.m. A is always the open A, as in father. Napoli. O is always O as in oh no. Napoli. Okay. I will get home sometime later. Katie pops in late. That's okay, Katie. We won't hold that against you. You're welcome here anytime, Katie. How's things up there on Martha's Vineyard? And have you started talking Massachusetts yet? Massachusetts, whatever. That funny language that those folks speak up there. Joanne says, I have bad knees. I got to tell Mom to slow down. Yeah. Isn't that something? You better make it. No 2025 cancellations. Yeah, I have to admit, Dennis, I'm feeling awfully good. Now, yeah, I can't walk without my oxygen. But other than that, and I don't know that that'll ever get any better. I mean, I try, I walk some. I don't walk as much as they want me to because I just struggle so much to breathe. But, I get up and go with everything. I can drive. I'm perfectly good driving. I can throw that wheelchair in and out of my car. It's a struggle, but it's 50 pounds, so it's not the end of the world. Sonny says, we'll miss the cruise amigo until you are together again. Thanks, Sonny. The thing that I will miss the most is doing something with John. He and I have become awfully close, and we have so much fun together, as I'm sure everybody can tell from that. So I'm gonna miss doing that with John more than anything. I'm not gonna miss the time, because I've already created other things that I'm doing. The December 2nd cruise, now that we're pretty much sold out and everybody's set and everybody's been to at least one or two of the meetups, I'll probably back down and start doing like one meeting a month for that. I'll keep up the cruises, the cruises for the August cruise, because tonight's the first one. Because that's a whole different setup. That's not through Passion for Cruises solos, although they are gonna, let me promote it here toward the end. You can book it through Viva, and then if you want excursions and hotels and so forth, you can book that through Nate. So we'll see if that picks up a few more bookings. But I'm going to keep doing that on up as we get to that cruise. So we'll be meeting a whole different bunch of people. Because of any of the people that I've cruised with, I don't believe anybody that I've cruised with is on the Sapphire Princess so far. And we still have openings. If anybody wants to jump in, we'd love to have you. Lingonberry sauce served with Swedish meatballs and mashed potatoes is very similar to whole cranberry sauce. Okay. I just wasn't familiar with lingonberry, or however it's said. I like that. I like good Swedish meatballs too. That was much better. I don't like whole cranberries. Well, I like whole cranberries. So if it's even in that realm, I'd like it. My favorite Cruise Amigo show was Pete describing his first crew after 35 minutes, John said, and you haven't gotten to the ship yet. Yeah, Nikki, that was clearly one of the best. And I've heard Pete tell that story 3 times, and it gets stretched out every time. It's awful. Just awful. And boy, we gave Pete hell over that one. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed back in those early days. We had a good time. Taiwan. Yeah, that's where you were. Taiwan. So, yeah, all you can eat. Did I not say that? Okay. Yeah, I knew what AYCE is. That was the best story about Pete. Regent is by far my favorite cruise line, hands down. Well, that's good to know. And again, I've never been on them, but, you know, I could see that in my future. Again, it's like anything else. Boy, I'd love for them to talk to me. Bring me on board to do a study of your ship and to promote your ship while I'm there. That'd be great. I'll be happy to do that. I'll do that on all your ships. I'll do that on all your cruises. All you got to do is call me. Like anybody from Reasons is watching the show. Emily says, I have been here already almost 3 days. I've been posting pics on Facebook. Well, I've seen some of the pics, Em. Yeah. I may not have seen all of them, but yeah, I saw your friends or relatives. I'm not even sure who they were that you had pictures of, but yeah, I'm catching up. So then I'm coming into a weekend is when I catch up on all where I've run out of time on things. Dennis says, I've seen big corporations copy all the time. Yeah, I know. It's like when W Hotels opened as a copy of Delano Ian Schrager Hotels. Open A in Italian. As in father. Napoli. Chile, we're going on the celebration in January 24th. Dennis, I have my note right here for that. Celebration.
A new station alert
January
has arrived.
2024. Back-to-back cruises. You roll a decent R. Well, thank you, Dennis. The problem is sometimes I don't think of it. My brain thinks in English. I can't make my brain think in other languages. So I have to translate before I can talk or understand. So, yeah, I know in time that you get past that. But remember, Dennis, I'm old and slow. And the brain doesn't work that well. January 7th and 14th, 2024 on the celebration. Nope. I'm looking. There you go. Practice your vowels. There's only 5. Yes, I know. Yes. Katie says, it's beautiful here. Enjoying my time. That's cool. Blaine says, I struggle to breathe as well. It's not fun at all. Those 2 times I had the virus really messed my system up. Oh, thankfully, mine, when I had it, didn't mess me up worse. I was messed up before I had it. Well, I don't know. I did get worse, though, come to think about it. But not noticeably worse, but I'm sure I did. Yeah, because I could walk less than I used to. But I still wasn't able to walk much. So, I can't tell you how wonderful it is to hear that you're feeling so well, Chillie. Thank you, Robert. Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. I am considering everything I've been through. You know, knock on wood. You know, I'm doing as well as anybody my age that's been through cancer twice and a total respiratory collapse and chemo from hell. You know, I'm getting along pretty good. And looking forward to go on a lot more cruises, a lot more. It's getting deep. Easy, hot air. You do inspire me, Chillie. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, but I don't. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, I understand that. That's not why I do. I'm keeping in mind, folks, I'm not that all gifting person. You know, what I do is because that's what I love to do. So, you know, there's a selfish motive behind what I do. I admit. Hot air time, Dennis, plus 3 more vowels if you're in Sweden. Oh, plus 3 more vowels if you're in Sweden. I see what you're saying. Vowels, laugh out loud. Yeah, I got you. And use the Italian vowel pronunciation as the default for Spanish vowels. Does that carry through on both Spain Spanish and Mexican Spanish? I mean, I realize that they're clearly the same language, but different languages. But I'd never thought about that. Mole. Oh, mola. That would be mola. Mola sauce. And I have always called it mole. And my sister, who lived in Mexico for 5 years, calls it mole. So mola sauce. I think if I'm doing that correctly. You are vertical, and that's what counts. Yes, indeed. Ship to Shores with us. Morning, everybody. Morning to Blaine as well. Robert says incredible. All right, guys. That's going to wrap me up for this portion of today. Again, if any of you aren't doing anything this evening, want to hop in, yeah, fix yourself a cocktail. I'll probably have one. And join us. You know, we're gonna talk with some of the Norwegian escape folks at 6 o'clock. Then we're gonna talk to some of the Sapphire Princess folks at 7 o'clock. And it's always good to have you guys in the audience. So pop in. We have a good time, whatever we do. And we're going to plan and do some thoughts about, you know, what I'll be doing on the ships and what some of the guys might want to do. But yeah, so join us. It'll be fun. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. Hope all of you have a phenomenal weekend. I'll be monitoring the weather situation. Anything big happens news-wise, I'll be back on the channel. I hope to get some catching up done on all the things I need to post and get up, but we'll see. So that's going to wrap me up for today, guys. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. And hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a great weekend, everybody. Hope to see you guys tonight at 6 and 7 o'clock. See you next time.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.